Am I the butthole for my reaction to an extreme couponer at my store? I, female, 18, am a cashier at a grocery store in my town. This afternoon we had a large group of people come in together. Turns out they were extreme couponing. For anyone unaware of this, it's basically people who clip coupons and shop for a crap ton of groceries, and they hope to pay as little as possible. We see couponers all the time, but I've never seen anyone go as crazy as this family did. So, basically the mom had hundreds of coupons and she didn't bring any money because she thought if she didn't bring money it would encourage her to do her best and get her groceries for free. Her family stayed by the cart corral while she shopped, and every time she needed a new cart they'd give her one and take her full cart. Eventually she finished shopping, and she had about 6 carts of stuff. My manager shut my lane down and helped me bag, and then we started ringing. We get to the end and I'm ringing in the coupons when I get an error message on my screen that says my POS reached the maximum number of coupons for the transaction. So, my manager voided the transaction, and we started again and tried to keep each group items together, but we kept having the issue with the coupons. We even tried multiple transactions, but my store only had 5 registers and there were people waiting to check out, and we couldn't get the coupons to go through properly. So, the lady just decided she didn't want to get anything after all and wouldn't be buying anything in her carts. Her total after tax, before coupons, was $789.78. There were roughly 500 items listed on her receipt per diem, and her stuff wasn't just in carts, she was also purchasing flats of sodas, big bags of dog food on rolling carts, flats of canned food. And the rule at my store is if a customer decides not to buy something at the register, then the cashier has to put it all back before they can go home. I had been at work since 5 a.m., and I was scheduled to leave at noon, and because I had to put everything back I didn't get off work until about 30 minutes ago. She had taken 3 hours to shop, herself. Anyway, when she said she wasn't going to buy anything after all, I had a visceral reaction and said to her, "Are you effing serious? I have to put all this back by myself." I should add that she left the store in shambles. The customer started bitching, so did her group. My manager got in my face. I think the phrase lazy brat got thrown around. My coworkers have my back, but my mom and dad were all, "You took a job at a grocery store, you should expect stuff like this to happen. Your reaction was out of line." Am I the butthole? Not the butthole. The customer didn't bring any money to a store. If the customer is not planning on paying for anything, why should they be treated as a customer? The issue is extreme couponers usually take advantage of things like double coupon promotions, so they do cost the company money. Also, it costs the manufacturer money, so someone is paying for her free groceries, and at the end of the day it's the other customers. Not going to lie, I'm pretty anti-couponers. They also paid a cashier and manager to stand around for an hour trying to give her food for free. Not to mention possibly lost a few sales from people with smaller orders deciding to leave and get their stuff elsewhere, depending on how busy it was. Hey, that's me. I would nope the F out so fast. Happy Cake Day. Or simply just shoplifting since management was busy. And they made the original poster clean up after them. There's a special place in hell for people who abuse retail staff. And if there were any frozen items in that haul, they might have unfrozen enough they can't be put back into the freezer. Double coupons are a promotion to get customers in the store. I don't think it's taking advantage of that promotion to use coupons that will double, and it's absolutely not something people should be looked down upon for. It's the same as shopping during a sale, going to Starbucks when they have BOGO drinks, whatever. Couponers should obviously be respectful of store employees, but couponing helps people stretch their dollars and help family/friends by giving them items they got for free, which is more important now than ever, and I don't see how anyone can be anti that. I'm a low-level couponer and have never understood why it bothers other people who aren't involved. Edited to add, if you're using a 75-cent coupon on a $1.50 zero item and it doubles to make the item free, then, yes, the store is covering 75 cents, but they're also getting 75 cents back from the manufacturer, and in all likelihood they paid way less than that for the item, so I wouldn't be so confident that couponers are always costing the store money. Stores would not offer double coupons if it was literally ruining their profits. Stores have 90%, off clearance sales all the time, which they wouldn't be able to do unless their cost of obtaining the item was less than 10% of its retail price. Edit. Please understand before you reply to me that 1. Stores are reimbursed for the face value of all coupons plus sometimes handling. 2. Most stores do not offer double coupons anymore, and if they do, it's only for coupons under $1 and usually limited to 4 like coupons per transaction. 3. There is absolutely nothing wrong with using coupons that double per store promotion. It's the same as participating in any other store or restaurant discount sale/promotion, and you are seriously uninformed if you think a store is on the brink of bankruptcy because of a small minority of people using coupons that the store offers to double. 4. People have been couponing for literally decades and none of your concerns about stores closing have materialized yet. 5. The absolute vast majority of people are not interested in couponing, which also helps your concerns not realize. 6. Also, grocery stores had record sales years in 2020, they're doing fine. 7. Are you actually worried about a grocery conglomerate like Kroger going under because of coupons, or are you just being judgmental and classist toward people who need some extra room in their grocery budget? 8. Every couponer I know, including me, gives items away to family, friends and food pantries. 9. All of us have to eat as well, so we all do actually spend money on fresh food. Jesus Christ. Clearance sales have nothing to do with the value or amount paid for the item. Either the item is going to spoil or customers just aren't interested in it. Selling it for 10% of the price is better than getting 0% and throwing it away. I didn't think they could even do this anymore. After the TV shows, corporations put all sorts of limits in place. Not the butthole, but if no one has seen Extreme Couponers, then y'all should check it out. It's pretty cool in my opinion. But that lady obviously is not a good couponer. I'm saying couponers so much. Couponers check with the store and everything beforehand, so they can make sure that the store will be able to handle all the coupons, along with the amount of food they get. And they always make sure to take at least some money for just in case they still might need to pay. This lady was seriously over her head. Couponers check with the store and everything beforehand. Maybe the ones they put on TV. I've been on the front lines. A majority of extreme couponers were nightmares to deal with. Everyone sucks here. You're at work. Whether you're ringing up customers or restocking shelves shouldn't make a difference. Mouthing off customers makes your employer look bad, even if they would definitely deserve it outside of work. And yes, I've worked retail as well and have had customers pull stunts and leave me to clean up. The store made less money by sending me on non-productive work, but my payslip was the same. Based on the time of posting and the timeline mentioned in the post, this person had to stay at work 3 hours after they were supposed to be done restocking everything the customer chose not to buy. I'd be pissed too. Edit. Folks, it's the your st work anyway. What you're doing shouldn't make a different sentiment above that I disagree with, not the ruling of everyone sucks here. That's their manager's fault. No way I'd make an employee stay 3 hours late for that. This 1100%. A good manager would help their employee return all those items after allowing those shenanigans to go down for so long. They tried a long time to make things work for that woman, and when it didn't, it was just as much the manager's problem as the cashier's. A good manager wouldn't have or enforce a policy that forces employees to work past their scheduled shift to deal with an issue that isn't their fault in the first place. I'm sorry, but as a long-time retail/customer service employee, if anybody tried to tell me, you can't leave until these 500 items have been restocked because you made the mistake of doing your job and ringing out an entitled customer, I would laugh in their effing face. What if Original Poster had plans that couldn't be rescheduled? What if they had exams they needed to study for? What if they had an important doctor's appointment? What if they had kids that needed picking up from school? Why is it okay for this manager or this corporation to have a policy that pretty much exclusively targets and punishes young employees who don't have the experience to realize the level of bullcrap that's being demanded of them? Why do I get the feeling it's because these younger employees' personal lives and obligations are automatically deemed invaluable and unimportant just because they're young? ETA. Not even to mention that Original Poster had already been scheduled for a 7-hour shift, beginning at 5 a.m., and ended up having to stay until past 3 in order to put everything away, meaning that their manager forced them to work an unscheduled 10-hour shift with zero prior notice. And I'm willing to bet the entirety of my next paycheck that they didn't give original poster any extra breaks to compensate for those extra hours, either. On the off chance that you read this comment, original poster, quit your job ASAP. The management is toxic and openly taking advantage of their employees. Unless they're paying you upwards of $20/hour, it's not effing worth it. My younger brother worked at a Dillon's for a short period of time on the night shift. They were constantly trying to make him do double shifts without scheduling it in advance or telling him he needed to stay later. And one time he needed to babysit for me because my daycare was closed that day, so I could go to work. They still said he needed to stay to help out. He was like, "F you," and quit. The audacity of a lot of employers is ridiculous. They act like work is the only thing that should be important to someone. Years earlier, his now ex-girlfriend missed his graduation and party because her work didn't schedule her off for it when she put it in months in advance, and she wouldn't tell them to shove it. A good manager would have different employees for stocking and cashing. Everyone sucks here. The reason you had to put all that stuff away is because you and the manager couldn't get the coupons to go through properly, and it sounds like that was the store's fault, not the woman's. I actually think the manager is the biggest TA here, because this policy is unethical. The rule at my store is if a customer decides not to buy something at the register, then the cashier has to put it all back before they can go home. I hope they pay you for any extra time you're forced to work. But if you work in customer service, stuff like this happens, and you can't say "Are you effing serious?" to a customer. You have to be professional. Although she had a lot of stuff, it is your job to put that stuff away, not hers. In all my many years of customer service, food industry, I once got away with saying "Are you effing serious?" to a customer, and it was a celebrity to boot. He gave me $500 for a $43 order. It came out of my mouth before I even thought. Not the butthole. I have worked retail and customer service for 13 years and I would say no. I understand the professional side that would say yes, you are in the wrong, but you're also human. Sounds like your manager and your customer are the butthole and you got the SH and dollar end of the stick. The amount of entitlement customers display in the service industry is gross. The customer isn't always right and in fact is rarely ever right, woman shrugging. Also like? Why do we expect professionalism from a teenager? I expect professionalism from professionals? If a teenager got an attitude with me at a grocery store, I really can't imagine caring that much. It was the customer's fault and any self-aware person would have realized that. Funny to hear his manager call him lazy. I didn't see him jumping to put back almost $800 of groceries back. Everyone sucks here. For what it's worth, you suck the least. You really shouldn't resort to cursing to a customer. That was unprofessional. This lady and sounds like her family were acting like total asses here. Biggest sucker was your manager by far. Getting in your face and calling you a lazy brat was incredibly uncalled for, and more importantly, he wasn't doing his job of managing and delegating in the store. Cashiers putting the go-backs away before the end of their shift is a fine policy in normal circumstances. However, there needs to be some leeway in a situation like this. He should have been able to reassign other workers and have someone give you a hand or do these go-backs instead of keeping you 3 hours past the end of your shift. That is effing ridiculous. Yeah, no, some customers need a verbal smackdown. The fact we stopped doing this has allowed this BS to continue. Customers should always be respected, but they are certainly not always right and should be told when they are being crap. Original poster. I'd have pushed those carts to the back and let the stocking crew handle it. Not the butthole. I think that customer got off lightly, to be honest. I would be livid if I had to do that. I have no problem with coupons, they can be really helpful for lower income people. However, this lady was clearly doing this for sport, and the amount of stuff she took was just ridiculous. How can you reasonably expect not to pay anything while taking out 6 carts worth of items? F that lady. Also, F your manager. You cursed at a customer, sure, but it was clearly warranted, and their policy that you have to put all the things back on your own time is bullcrap. Not the butthole. The manager should have stepped in and known about the coupon maximum. It would have been easier if the customer had organized her coupons. Those extreme coupon peeps usually keep a portfolio organized by category. Weird for her to abandon the whole thing like that. Not the butthole. Some people here have not worked retail. Not the butthole. While it was unprofessional to swear at her, I think your reaction was reasonable considering she wasted hours of employee time and didn't actually buy anything. Your manager also sucks for not finding someone to help you put all that crap back. Soft, you're the butthole. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.